That's a nice mid-range, isn't it? Today we're gonna do something special. Today I want to record metal guitars and create some IRs with the maybe most expensive and most legendary microphone ever. We're gonna throw a Neumann U47 from 1953 in front of a Mesa Boogie 4x12 guitar cab from 2004. We're gonna record some nice tones, but we're also gonna make some IRs that you can download later in this video. That's gonna be a very exclusive and highly posh guitar session. I'm sure you want to be a part of it. Let's get started. Let me tell you where I am and why I can do this. I am at Warren Huart's Spitfire Studios here in Los Angeles, and Warren is the happy and lucky owner of this wonderful microphone, the U47, and I'm allowed to use it. Thank you very much. He has recorded some legendary rock stars with it, people like Steven Tyler or Ace Frehley. So here's what we're gonna do. I got a Mesa Boogie cab from 2004. It's a good year for Mesa cabs, but Nolly told me it's a rather fizzy year, so it's a little brighter sounding and more fizzy sounding than the cabs that I use from the year 2000 and 2002, but it's still a good cabinet. I used an ordinary SM57, typical position, you know, edge of the dust cab, and I used the U47. Now, it's the first time that I throw a 47 in front of a Mesa cab, so of course I had to experiment a little with different microphone positions. Normally, when I use large diaphragm condenser mics, I have them pretty close to the middle because otherwise they don't give you the right bite that I need that you get from a dynamic mic. And I usually take them a little further away from the cabinet because they can get boomy easily due to their proximity effect. And that's how I started. So I pulled the 47 to the back and had it straight in front of the V30. And you know what? It didn't sound good. It didn't sound right. It sounded kind of distant and a little fizzy. And then I started moving the mic, and then it got dark, and then I got closer and it sounded weird. And after trying a few positions, I was like, maybe this experiment is already over, and maybe a 47 is just not made and not intended for brutal metal guitars. But I was wrong. I was wrong. You know what happened? So I took a break, and when I came back and listened again, just to decide if I would stop this, it actually sounded amazing. So I was like, was there something wrong with me? It suddenly had a really sweet and full sounding mid-range, kind of different from the 57, but really cool. So I went into the live room, and it turned out, and please don't tell this to Warren, okay, that the mic had dipped into the cabinet, and it was actually facing like in an angle, the lower part of the cone of the speaker, like a mic position I would have never chosen, but it sounded awesome. So I was like, okay, this is the hand of the devil making it sound awesome. And I pulled out an amp so we could do some IRs, but we also reamped some guitars through both microphones using this lovely Engel Artist Edition amp over there. If you want to hear it a little more, I did a video with Nolly where we used this amp from Guitar Summit. Check it out, a good video. Nice amp. So now let's have a listen to this amp and the two microphones, and then let's check out the IRs. Here we go. So here's the 57. That's a nice mid-range, isn't it? It just makes the speaker sound less edgy, and it isn't really thicker than the 57, but it has a way more linear mid-range, which actually sounds cool, don't you think? So with this amp and this setting, I actually prefer the 47 because it sounds more meaty and less brittle. But as we all know, it depends on the amp and the settings. But I gotta be honest, I used the 47 to dial in the amp. So the tone, the settings are maybe in favor of the 47. So let's move on. Now I want to show you the IRs that I captured with exactly these mic positions, and we're going to use a plugin this time that sounds very different from the Engel amp and make another comparison. Let's go. So what I'm using here is Bogren Digital's Rev C amp knob, a plugin that I really like, especially for scratch tracks. Sounds really good. I haven't even touched it. This is, the default setting. I've just turned off the cabinet so we can use our own IRs. And here I'm using STL Nadir. Let's switch between the two IRs. Here's a 57 and here's the U47. And, this is a rectifier and a way thicker sounding amp compared to the Engel, so it's going to be different. Let's start with the 57. That mid-range. I'm kind of surprised. I expected this to suck more. I mean, it really rolls off all the grind of the rectifier, which is something you might like or not. But the mid-range is very sexy. And here maybe you need a little more presence coming from the amp. But yeah, that mid-range is nothing you can dial in with an amp. It's just, it's just there or not. But you know what? I even went further. For those of you who like the beautiful mid-range of the 47 but want a little more grind coming from the 57, I got you covered. So I did another IR where I blended both microphones and I gave you some kind of best of both worlds thing. I also used a slight low-cut filter and I delayed one of the microphones, probably the 57, so they're both perfectly in phase. And this is the third IR. This is right now called Kristian Kohle 5747 Blend. So this is one more time the 57. And this is the blend. Nice, huh? And the 47. So if that's a little too dark for you, but you don't want to get as brittle as this, you do this. Which still sounds a lot more gentle and warm than the 57. Maybe we can hear that a little better during the open chords. I start with the 47, that's the darkest. Anyway, that means you have three options to play with and you choose whatever you want or what suits the amp that you're playing. I would say the 47 has a wonderful mid-range and that you can throw a lot of higher frequencies on this mic and it's not gonna get brittle and nasty, Okay, let's talk about how you can get those IRs, because that's the main question, right? You don't want to listen to me talking all the time, I get it. So here's what you gotta do to get your hands on these three wonderful and very exclusive IRs. Follow the link below. There's a free course inside my academy that basically just consists of this video and the IRs. You could download them there. You need to sign up and create an account, which is totally free. That's what you got to do to be able to download the IRs. And maybe I will send you some creepy emails, some promotional emails in the future. That might happen. So you agree to that. But that's all. They're free. And you can have fun with them and enjoy a virtual U47. Okay? Link below to my academy, Kohle Audio Cult. By the way, if you sign up there, have a look at all the beautiful courses we got there. Like if you want to learn anything about recording, mixing, or mastering all kinds of heavy music, if you want to learn something about dialing in guitar tones for different metal genres, about miking cabinets, about, all that fun stuff, check out the academy. There are a lot of different cool courses. Or if you become a member of the Academy, that's even smarter, you get all our courses from day one. And that includes everything from whatever, recording drums with Nolly up to IRs, impulse responses with Jens Bogren, or mastering with Ermin Hamidovic, or all the multi-tracks that you can download and mix, and a lot of other fun stuff. Link below to the Academy. Have a look at it, download the IRs, have fun with it. Please leave a comment under this video and tell me how much you love me, okay? I really need that sometimes. You know, I'm all alone here in Los Angeles, so I need some love from you. Send me some love down there, grab the IRs, have fun. That's all for today. I see you in hell, motherfuckers. Thanks to Warren Huart for making this happen. I see you in hell once again, motherfuckers. Bye.